Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to today's video. We're going to take a look at this today. We're going to take a look at the Elliott Wave counts, see how they're progressing. The market is acting pretty strong in here. We're going to take a look at a couple of technical pictures, just a couple of charts, and then I also want to show you a few of the things I'm involved in. And a couple of things that I've done. If you're interested to see kind of where my head's at. So anyway, the S&P broke out to new all-time highs. The market looks good. We started to feel a couple of days ago that those kind of bearish distribution candles were starting to fall apart, and the bull started to kind of step back in. So we continue to follow the wave count to the upside in here. I think we're still in a wave 3 development in here. There's no way to exactly know where this is going to end, and it's not our job to find this out. The market will send a signal once that starts to happen, and I still kind of follow along this path. A possible third wave here with the fourth, and then another five. I do have a feeling that usually once you break to new all-time highs, you're gonna you're probably gonna extend a little bit, and then you're gonna try to trap some people, come back below the break out line or retest it, do a little bit of a shakeout. So this could be possibly this fourth wave maybe, and then we push one more time in a wave one, and then we come back. The other option is that this wave one, it's already kind of working itself out in here. This is some kind of a fifth wave in progress, and then we start to kind of come back like that, and then we go. So this is from just a pure simple Elliott Wave perspective. We're watching the RSI. Any sign of divergence for right now, this continues to look very strong and on the right path. The one thing I'm excited about though is actually the Russell, and the Russell I opened positions in today. I'll show you, but this is kind of what I'm excited about in the Russell, and I'm looking forward to hopefully catching a good chunk of this once it gets moving, because we want to take it obviously above this kind of 2330. Let me put it back there. 2280, and then also above this high, which is B wave high, which is about 2466. So possible wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for a wave 1 in red. And then on a lower time frame, this looks kind of like this. Yesterday we sold off, and then today we retook that. Almost looks like a small cup with handle that wants to break higher eventually. I mean, there's really not a stretch of prices in here, with the exception of this little move in here. There is nothing that's too powerful yet in the Russell, and I think that probably needs to happen for the third wave to start taking place, and to kind of see it on the chart. And that's really it's possible that this continues to get built up, and then it breaks into some larger move. But hey, I'm excited about the Russell, and that continues to look good. Now, IBIT here in terms of Bitcoin, it's still working out. I talked about it yesterday briefly. No point really to look at the Bitcoin chart because they look very similar, but it still looks fine. It's not doing anything wrong. Again, there is a bullish signal there, and we're looking for a break of the 60 to 76 to add, and to continue to see if we can stage a nice higher breakout. This does look, I mean, and I'll show you this in the indices too. Like, you have the V drop, right? You have your left shoulder, you have your right shoulder. You can also call it a cup and handle, with the neckline, and with the upside part of the cup, and then this can do that. So that's what I'm looking for. See if we can break and if we can sustain that. But for right now, there's not much to do here. RSI, you can see it dropped into 50 in both drops, and never kind of got below that. So we have good support, and it's just a matter of time, I think, before it starts moving, if it follows the indices as well. So very good move, or kind of projections, I think, in IBIT in here. So this is in terms of Elliott Wave counts. Let me quickly take a look at, I'm not going to look at NASDAQ Composite because that broke up and that looks decent. Dow Jones, it's also looking fine. But I do want to show you this really quickly, because you can see in all the markets, right? You can see in the NASDAQ Composite, S&P, Dow Jones, and even in the NYSE, Something similar that we're seeing in IBIT, but this is just at a larger scale because you're looking at the daily time frame. So you have your drop, you have your V wave, V recovery, and then you break, above that, and you move higher. So same story right there. This is your neck, your cup, or your inverted head and shoulder from the lows, and Dow Jones, it's still delayed on that, but this is probably what he wants to do. And then NYSE, it's also trying to do the same, a little bit of a correction, and everything it's above their 50-day moving average in here. Now if you want to see a little bit of a bigger picture, take a look at what's going on versus the 200-day. So we have that massive drop in the correction, just a clean ABC. Now you have your impulse. Dow Jones, holds the 200-day, and sometimes it's just as simple as this, as looking at the 200-day moving average on a line chart and see how the price acts in reaction to it. And here is 1Q breaking to new all-time highs, and here is IWM delayed. So we have the Dow Jones that's still got to catch up. We have IWM, which is got still quite a bit. So both of these I think look fairly good. All of these look fairly good, and this is just showing you how we're breaking the line. So anyway, let me just kind of go over what I was interested in and kind of what I've done. So I'm going to go into my Thinkorswim and just kind of show you a couple of things. So first of all, I think Circle, it's a short. And we go to the 4-hour, and basically it had a pretty big move, but every swing high, with stops, I think it's got more to correct in here. I think this is a nice impulse lower, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can be doing some kind of an ABC. I would use, this guide, as a stop. You could even do a 61.8 retracement of this, see what that kind of falls, but I think it wants to do something like that. Circle. The other one here that I got involved in is Lore. I do like this ABC into the 200-day moving average. You want to catch them a little bit early, not when they're quite extended. This is kind of a newer company. I've traded it before in this rally, and now we have a nice setback in here, and I'm looking to initiate a position. I'm looking to add back above this 93. The other one that I like is Amazon, which again, 200-day moving average, 20-day, and then you have your 50. I think this is the 200. That's the 150, the one in green. So anyway, that's the 20. So a nice ABC. Yesterday it pulled back just slightly, right? But it never overtook the slow. This is kind of where my stops were, and we continued to go. I think this looks pretty good, even from a daily time frame. If we go and we zoom in, I'm going to take you to this chart right there, and let me just do this. So nice close, almost to almost taking these highs from here. Nice ABC. So I would think that if this is some type of a wave 1 and a 2, we have further to go. But I will continue to try to ride this as high as possible by using, for example, right now, I think these stops here are a little bit too far. You can do that if you want, or kind of drop them below those lows. And I'm looking for Amazon to go a little bit higher there. And then the other one that I like, it's KD, this guy back here. Now this is a bit tricky because this could be in a fifth wave, so I'm going to have to try to reconsider that. This being a 1, 2, looks like a 3, a 4, and a 5. See, what it could happen here is that this is already a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have a very small wave 2. This guy back here. Okay, and then you're ready to go again, 1, 2, and then you go. So that's what I'm going to try to bet on that and see what happens. But I do like this as well, this kind of KD, even on a larger time frame. So, and then Micron, I shorted it after earnings yesterday, after the close. After the earnings. Why? Because of this failure. So it rallied and then it failed. And I was actually looking, I think, at the 1 hour charts when that happened. So you can see when a chart does this, and does this formation here, then rest assured that's a pretty big failure. So what you want to do is you want to wait for a retracement, in what we can call it like a B wave or a wave two, and then trade the decline. And this is could be just a simple ABC, and then we go. But I have a feeling I'm still short, but I have a feeling that this is probably going to be. Let me go back to the daily. I have a feeling that this is probably going to be it for a while. It's quite a heavy candle right at the top. It almost created a bearish engulfing, not fully, but the volume is big. So this could be an alarm signal that the market is sending, saying that you're probably going to enter into a period of correction. And that could take a little bit of time. I mean, you can even do. I mean, it's so steep that you can even put any trend line. So we'll see how it reacts tomorrow. I'll try to maintain the short. If we overtake the high of this candle, I think I got to get out of the short position. But that doesn't mean that that the top is not nearby somehow. I just don't want to hang around. I need to wait for further confirmation. So that's my plan in case I get stopped out and this tomorrow does that. Then I'm going to continue to keep a close eye on it due to this first initial reaction, which means there are sellers nearby. They can probably try to shake out a little bit more, and then rolls over and then drops. So and then I can short it again. So that's the plan. So and then obviously the RTY, this is good. It can be, there's multiple vehicles to kind of trade at, but I like the fact that we kind of did a bullish engulfing of this a couple of candles, and we close at the highs here, which is encouraging. Basically, we came back and retested the support about 2151 with the Russell with IWM, and this is the 200. We crossed above the 150, and some decent targets would probably be let's say up into this neighborhood where we will probably get some supply up into like 2250, so 2260. So there could be like 100 points from here to the upside. So anyway, that's my video for today. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.